Yeah, a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah, because what she's saying is she wants us to text her what it is that we're going to. I know, but she wants us to text her what we're talking about, so then that could be a part of the so she can get those clips ready for us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
So hey, what's going on YouTube? It's Kevin and Mikkel. We are back with a new video for you guys. I hope you guys had a great weekend. Y'all know I had a good weekend. On Sunday, this past Sunday, was the 29th annual Philadelphia AIDS Walk. I want to say thank you to Joe Nathan for being the only Scorpion Show subscriber to come to the Philadelphia AIDS Walk this year. He came from Columbia, South Carolina. It was a good walk. Now, you know, in the news, everybody was saying that, oh, it's going to be freezing cold. It's going to be a freeze frost advisory, all this shit.
And it wasn't.
It wasn't even that cold. I'm all bundled the hell up. Once I got to the steps, and mind you, I took an Uber, I was sweating. I'm like, oh my God, it's like so hot out here. And the walk for me this year, I didn't see my normal friends or walk with the normal people that I walk with. I walked with Eddie, Brandon, his friend Brandon, Mother Knows from Power 99, and Joe Nathan. We were the only ones that did the walk. And as we were walking, we noticed that it's just too short. This walk needs to be longer. The last time, the first walk I did, the first couple walks, they were about 3 hours long. And now they're only like an hour. And I noticed that, I don't know if it's the funding or whatever, but they didn't give out the stickers like I did it. They didn't give you like the...
They didn't do that last year either, because I remember you talking about it.
Somebody took it off my door. It was on my door. It's like I did the walk.
But I could have swore last year you were saying how they... Because you said last year too how short it was and that it was a lot of stuff that they didn't have that they had the previous year.
Yeah, like the previous year is like if you raised like $500, you would get the AIDS Walk jacket. Then they pushed that up to like $3,000. It was just
a lot of stuff.
And a lot of stuff just still not right. So, you know, I'm hoping that next year they'll be able to get it together or start preparing for the that they start preparing for the AIDS Walk a little bit earlier than what they do, because they'll start like emailing people like around August. But I think to have much more of an impact, I think that they need to start maybe like around June to get more people involved, to get more people to, you know, get a team and start raising money for the AIDS Walk. I also think that, yeah, because this year it wasn't a lot of people. It was not a lot of people. Like before, it would be like big ass crowds. Like if you can see the steps of the Philadelphia Art Museum right before the AIDS Walk, it's a problem. And I think that they need to make, you know, do more to advertise for the AIDS Walk, because it's a big thing, and next year will be the 30th anniversary, so let's get on it. And thank you again to Joe Nathan for coming out. So how was your church anniversary?
It was amazing. We celebrated 91 years. It was amazing. The second service, the afternoon service that started at 4 p.m., I was the worship leader, and it was really, really fun. We had the preacher came in from Brooklyn, New York, and he came in with his church congregation, and he was just amazing. Like, he was on fire. All around, it was just a great, great anniversary. And I was thinking about it Sunday night, and I was like, wow, we always really have a good time on church anniversary. Like, it was just fun. Like, fun. The highlight for me, and for a lot of people, because I don't know if you noticed on Instagram, I had posted the text message from my pastor's sister, and she texted me the next morning, and she was like, I'm gonna read it for y'all. She said, "Good morning, Mikkel. I texted you yesterday about the things for Mother Bradley, and we talked about you marching. I'm gonna get into that in a minute. But I forgot to tell you how proud I was of you as worship leader. You did a fantastic job. Love you much." So I was worship leader, and you know, anybody who's, you know, knows about worship leaders, you know, you kind of get the ball rolling for the service, you know, get everybody in the mood, this, that, and the third. You're kind of like the MC of the hour. So the choir I had introduced our choir, and they sang "Walking Up the King's Highway to Heaven," you know. So after they finished singing, I went up to the podium, and I was like, you know, I told this little story, and I was like, you know, them singing that reminded me of when I was a little boy, because you know my church is my home church, and I was like, it reminded me of a little boy. And I told my pastor, because he was sitting down and at the pulpit, and I said, come here, I need you. So I was standing here at this podium, and I told him to walk on over to the pulpit, to the microphone. So he was standing there confused. Everybody sitting in the audience, they're like confused, like what the hell is about to go, like going on. So I was like, you know, I remember when I was a little boy, and I was like, you know, down at 40th Street, I remember every Sunday the choir used to march in to this one particular song. And I started singing, and I was like, well, you know, not singing, but I kind of started it off, and I was like, damn, I just went blank. What song I was, we have come this far, and I stopped.
And they started singing?
And I told my pastor, take it. You know, my pastor, you know, he can sing. Mm-hmm. And he started singing, and I mean, when I tell you the whole entire church stood up to their feet, because that's what you did when the choir come marching in, you stand up to your feet. And I mean, everybody started shouting and screaming because it like really brought back memories. But the highlight was I got down off the podium, and I walked all the way to the back of the church, and I came down to the center aisle, and I started marching down the aisle by myself. And it was so great, and everybody, and two of the mothers were crying, like they were crying because they was like, it brought back the baby, and I was like, oh, so that was, and I wish somebody would have recorded that, because that was amazing. And my pastor, and you know him singing, so when he saw me get to the back of the sanctuary and start marching down, you know, he just kept going, and he was smiling, because a lot of people didn't see me at first, and he was smiling. It was just so amazing. So my first time as worship leader, I did an excellent job. I was so proud of myself.
Now, how was the food after the service?
It was amazing.
Shit, I should have came at
it was amazing. My coworker came, and you know, she had a great time. Mm-hmm. It was amazing. It's always good. It's always good when you come.
Yeah, I know. I need to come back.
And you know, I'm in charge of Friends and Family Day. So, like I said before, a few
May
videos
15th?
ago, yes, May 15th. Everybody is invited that's watching this on May 15th at my church. It's Friends and Family Day, and I want our sanctuary to be packed, because I am going to be the MC in charge, and so I plan on making sure that we have a great service for Friends and Family Day.
Mm-hmm. And you guys know that earlier this year we were at Fox 29 discussing Empire, and tomorrow morning this video will be up. So that means tomorrow morning, when you wake up, you need to watch Fox
tomorrow
29.
morning, October the 21st.
Yes, tomorrow morning, October 21st.
Yes.
We will be on Good Day Philadelphia for 2 segments. You know, the last time we were on there,
For one segment.
we were on there for 1 segment and maybe about 2 good minutes. But this time, we spoke to Jen Fred, and she's like, I want you guys on there for 2 segments. And we want you there early in the morning. So we're going to be on at 7:45, and we will be on at 8:45. So, if you live in the Philadelphia area, please make sure you DVR Good Day Philadelphia at 7 a.m. So it'll tape it from 7 to 9, and then there's the 9 to 10 segment. Now, if you would like to watch and you're like in a different city, you can go to fox29.com, and when you're there, you just click on the tab that says Watch It Live, and you can watch it live from your computer, your tablet, or your phone.
But you gotta be up early that morning.
But you have to be up early at 7:45. So if you're on the West Coast, that's at 4:45. I'm so freaking excited. If you in the Mountain Time Zone, that's 5:45. If you're in Central, that's 6:45. So we'll be on 2 segments, and we'll be talking about our thoughts of Empire so far, like our favorite moments from this season, and our predictions, and we'll be talking about some other stuff. So we're going to have a good time with Fox 29 tomorrow. And shout out to Jen Frederick, because she was like, I really want you guys to be on it tomorrow. Like, she's calling us back. And I don't really remember nobody else talking about Empire besides us. But you know, they talk about it, but no. Let's put some people for social media on there. I'm so excited.
Oh, I didn't tell you this. She told me that she wants us to be the Empire segment people.
Yes.
You know, I have to tell her tomorrow, Fox 29 is going to have to give us a job, or, you know, because my boss told me today when I told him, he said, listen, they better hire you.
Okay. Because I can use another check. Okay. And speaking of checks.
Okay. Yeah, where's mine?
Wait. Sure. I can't even hit it now because I'm too excited.
You ain't throwing checks, where's mine?
He tried it. But speaking of checks,
what?
Remind me after this video.
Oh, you have a check for me?
No, I don't have it, but it could be an upcoming check.
Where? From where?
About this sponsorship thing that I found on this website.
Okay.
So if y'all missed the video today, I uploaded a video earlier today about famebit.com. At famebit.com, you can find paid sponsorship from brands to promote on your YouTube channel, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. So I posted that on YouTube. So if you have a YouTube channel and you have over 1,000 subscribers, you need to head over there because Christmas is coming and there is a lot of opportunities to make money. So we have a campaign that I, signed up for, and we got a potential hit back. So I'm like, okay, well, we need to get this money. So yeah, check out famebit.com. Watch the video before this video if you want to find out more about that. So, y'all know Tracy Morgan returned to Saturday Night Live this past Saturday, and this was his first time like doing anything since his car accident in the middle of last year. And I must say that he did a great job. Like, I know they were saying like he had brain injuries and everything, but I can't tell that anything happened to him because he was Tracy Morgan.
And that's how he acted. Like
that's
something
right.
was wrong with him.
He did his Brian Fellows segment. He did the Family Feud sketch. He did one with 30 Rock. It was just fun. And Demi Lovato, you did a great job too. A lot of people ain't giving you your props, but I'm gonna give it to you because you could sing, you were entertaining, and your band, whoever was on them saxophones, they fucking killed it. After that, I just want to say shout out to Tracy Morgan for returning to Saturday Night Live. There's been a lot of speculation for Joe Biden this week. Fox News have said that they have 3 independent sources that confirmed to them that Joe Biden is running, and that he's just waiting for the right time to announce it. It's either going to be, bless you, this Thursday or this Monday, but they say he needs to hurry up because he's running out of time.
He is.
He's really running out of time, but I'm excited for him.
I think he'll probably announce this week.
I hope so. They say he's just trying to put together a good team before he announces anything. And right now in the polls, like, he's trailing behind Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders, but Hillary Clinton is doing a good job in holding on to her lead even after this debate. So it could be a real good race between the Democrats. So I hope he throw his name in there to run. So
he can use this guy too to help him.
Oh, you look at you. You look really nice. I got to give it to you. You look nice. I know, because I'm about to say the way you hit that stomach and all that blood. Yes, bitch.
I did.
Yes, you did.
I came in there for him.
You look really, really nice. I'm glad I ain't coming there after the AIDS ball, coming in there with jeans on and shit.
No.
They be like, you got to go.
We was dressed.
But they say come as you are.
We did. Not like that, though.
And I was coming to eat, too.
She was dressed.
Yes, First Lady. We need to do a video with them. That would be fun. And just talk about the church for all the church people out there. So if y'all did not hear, today, Janet Jackson is getting people Instagrams deleted.
Why?
Oh my God, if you post anything from the concert as far as video, she is deleting them and yanking your channels down. Now, if you ask me, Janet, I love you and everything, but I think that's just a little bit too extreme.
It is.
Because Instagram is 15 seconds.
Right.
Now, if they was posting it on YouTube,
right,
I can see, yeah. But you getting rid of people's accounts, people that done had their accounts for 3-4 years, right. And they come log in and like, bitch, that is gone.
Just have the video
like, no warning or nothing.
The page.
Yeah, the whole pages are getting deleted.
And you know what else I think too? I think for me, those 15 seconds is kind of like good promo because it gives people a chance who may not have thought about going to the concert. They may see something that they like and say, oh, I want to go to the concert. Yeah. Like, shout outs, well, I'm not going to say it because it has nothing to do with her. But anyway, I mean, she was there the other night.
Yes. Yes.
And took a daughter too.
And they was getting it. And they took pictures with the young dancers too.
They did. But I think, I agree with Kevin. Like, I can see if it was YouTube where they're posting like 5 minutes, but Instagram, it's only 15 seconds. You know what I mean? And to have somebody's entire page deleted, like, that's going a bit too far. I can see getting maybe the video taken down, but even still, like, why would you get 15 seconds taken down? Like, that's... I mean, when people see that, they want... If that's the case, Janet, then you might as well ban people from recording at your concert.
And that ain't going on.
Yeah, so it's like, I mean,
in this day and age, everybody has phones and stuff, like...
And the people that I've come across who've posted her videos are posting all positive things. There's nobody posting anything negative. They're getting other people excited to come see you. So why bank that down?
Yes.
You know, I mean, we haven't seen you in, what, 7, 8 years?
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, since you kind of disappointed us at the BT Awards this year, you know, people are excited to see you perform. So, you know, let them get their life.
Let people post their little seconds up at the concert.
Right.
It's not going to hurt nobody. That's making me scared to post anything.
Yeah.
Like, yes, I'm at the concert and I'm in the goddamn lobby, my whole Instagram. Can you imagine all my pictures?
Don't do it. Because, you know, they might do that. They might don't want you to post nothing. I'm in the bathroom. Bathroom where? Can't tell you.
Okay. So, Janet, we need your team to work on that because I don't want nobody's Instagram post being deleted.
Yeah.
And speaking of Janet Jackson, last night on Dancing with the Stars. Now, y'all, first of all, I want to let y'all know.
I have something to say about that, too. I have something to say about that, too.
I know what you're going to say.
What am
I know what you're going to say.
Because
I seen it a lot last night on Instagram and Twitter and stuff.
Wait, say it in my ear real quick. No, that's not what I'm going to say.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm going to let you say what you're going to say, and then I'm going to say what I'm going to say.
Okay. So,
but I wasn't going to say that.
I don't watch Dancing with the Stars. Now, somebody hit me up on Instagram in my DM box and was like, Tamar is going to do a tribute to Janet Jackson. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't watch Dancing with the Stars, so I'm not going to watch it. So, somebody hit me up on Twitter like, Kevin, you need to watch this. So, I found the clip and I watched it. And I mean, it was 6 minutes. Of course, I fast forwarded to the dancing. And I must say that I'm proud of Tamar's dancing. And Tamar, where the fuck this Tamar been at? Because everything was on point. You could tell it was choreographed, but the shit was on point. And congratulations to you. You had 10s across the board. I would give you 10s across the board.
She did a good job.
And I'm surprised Janet didn't tweet about it.
Right.
So what you was about to say?
I was going to say, I was going to post it on Instagram last night, but I said no, I'll wait to say it in our video. It was kind of funny because she did Janet Jackson and just a few, like last week or something, she did Beyonce's End of Time, and I said, that's Kevin and Mikkel.
Okay.
I said, shout out to Kevin. Ain't nobody catch that? I was the only one who agreed that?
I know! Somebody tweeted me that last night, and I had to retweet it.
And you know what's so crazy? Because last week when she did End of Time, as God is my witness, I said to myself, I'm just waiting for her to do Janet, and I'm going to know this is a sign. And sure enough, she did it. And I said, I can't wait to talk about this on this. And there it was, a sign. So shout out to her.
Now, how did she do for Beyonce?
She did good on both. I didn't see the whole clip for her and Beyonce. I didn't see the entire thing. But from what I did see, she did a very good job. She did a good job for both. And I think that if she were to lose, I would kind of be shocked because Tamar is actually, even though I don't watch the show either, but from the clips that I do see on Instagram, and you know you can't help but to see them because it's like Instagram, once you're scrolling, the videos start playing. You ain't got to click on them, they start playing. You know? She did a very good job. And it's like if she were to lose, I would be very shocked because I don't really hear too many people talking about Dancing with the Stars, period. But Tamar seems to be the only one from Dancing with the Stars this season that I see people constantly talking about. So she's clearly doing a good job. But remember, Lil' Kim was doing a good job too, and they voted her.
Yes, they tried it, and Maya too.
Yeah.
And Tony wasn't even on there that long, and Tony was doing good. So shout out to Tamar, you're doing a good job.
They voted Shaka Khan off the first episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, she was never known for her dancing anyway. She was known for singing.
You tried it.
And shout out to Shaka Khan because her and Janet Jackson are nominated to be voted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for 2016.
I could have swore Janet was already in that.
No, she was never nominated. So I think this is the first time she's been nominated. And I think they're going to pick the top 5. And Janet is like right outside the top 5. And Shaka Khan is like at number 9. But I think they're going to still put Janet Jackson in there. Because she's like she's the leading female of the nominees.
And they only picked one.
They picked five or six people.
But I'm saying to be voted in at one time.
Yeah,
It's only one.
No,
or five at one time.
Like five or six people at one time. Then they have like their special awards that they give out. It comes on HBO.
Because I think Aretha Franklin is in that.
She should be.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I think Tina Turner is in it as well. I know Tina Turner is in it.
But you have to be in the industry for at least 25 years to be nominated to be inducted into there. So, you know, I hope Jana gets picked for that. Last night, Love and Hip Hop. A lot of people watched it. I know that a lot of people discussed it.
I need Teddy Pendergrass's daughter to know her worth.
Yes. Not even Teddy Pendergrass, because that's Teddy Riley.
Oh.
Bitch, I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, well, her too. I need Teddy Riley's daughter to know her worth. I watched that scene with her and Soulja Boy at that table. And it just got me madder and madder and madder. Every time he got mad, I got mad. Because he was really turning it around on her. And she was just sitting there. And I'm like, I can only imagine her father sitting at home like, you are letting this bum treat you like this. Yeah. Because that's what he is. And then you have the nerves to say, yeah, because I'm worth $25 million.
And I'm sitting here arguing with you.
And I'm sitting here arguing with you. What? Who lets their boyfriend talk to them like that?
And that should have been your cue to take all the money he had and get the fuck out. I mean, take something.
No, that would have been her cue to leave him there with that check.
Yeah.
You were $25 million, you pay for that check. He can't, they ain't married, so what can she get from him?
She could get the money that he gives her, just save it.
Well, she's dumb because she
she let him talk to her like that on TV, like it was okay. And then you saying, "Well, no, I'm tired of you giving me things, and that it's going to be okay." You should have been telling this way before we seen this on television. Yeah, because you're looking like a doormat that says "Welcome to be walked all over."
Welcome, come on in.
Yeah,
and before you come in, wipe your feet all over me.
I keep telling y'all, that is not the way to be.
No.
The shit you see in Love and Hip Hop, that should be like, this is what I don't want, this is what I will not accept, this is what I will accept. Right. Like, I think the best man on here that treated his woman the right way was Omarion in April. Yeah. That was like the best shit I've ever seen from Love and Hip Hop. Because
they respect each other. And they know how to talk to each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you've never known, but to be honest with you, before this show, you never even knew Omarion to even get into that type of riffraff any damn way. You know what I mean? He was never known of getting into that riffraff. But to have somebody like Soulja Boy sit there and talk to you that way and tell you to your face, oh, I'm worth $25 million. Like,
talking about, damn, I said I'm sorry, what else you want me to do?
And he called her bitch when she left. Oh, bye, bitch. I know y'all saw that when they bleeped it out.
Oh, I missed that part.
No, I didn't miss it because I was getting madder and madder and madder. Because you know I recorded it, so I made sure I rewinded it.
They just the hot mess.
Yes.
And I don't understand why people fight. I mean, and she let that girl beat her up over Soulja Boy.
I didn't see that episode. I gotta go back to that episode. But let me tell you something. Yeah, let me tell you something. That girl is beyond disgusting. I knew it was coming when I saw her body regurgitate. When that throw up came out of her mouth, and then she's flung her hand.
That part of it got nasty. That was so nasty.
Nikki's better than me.
That was so.
Because we'd have been fighting.
Because at first I'm like, is that a drink? And I'm like, no, she was throwing up.
Yeah, she's throwing up. She said, and it came up. And I'm like, and you know what it reminded me of? I knew that it was coming because I remember when Troy did it on Crooklyn. No, not Troy. She didn't do it on Crooklyn. The brother did it on Crooklyn when he was sitting at the table eating them black eyed peas.
And just threw. See, I ain't seen Crooklyn in a long time. Remember the scenes like that.
Well, then you ain't see it then.
Oh, I
remember when the brother was sitting at the table and he wanted to eat those black eyed peas, and Mom said, "You're not getting up from this table until you eat these black eyed peas." And that's when the dad came and everybody ate the food, and the dad came in with that cake and was cutting the cake, and everybody was getting the cake, and the mom was like, "You're not getting anything until you eat those black eyed peas." No, he took those black eyed peas because he was just, I don't like it, I like it. And the dad was like, listen, I got a piece of cake for you. Don't worry, just eat the black eyed peas. And he was like, but I don't like it. His mom said, you're not getting up until you eat. And he put that stuff in his mouth. Before you knew it was coming back out of his mouth. Yeah.
But that just looked nasty the way she threw up.
It looked nasty the way he did it too.
And I'm like, well, what happened? What the fuck happened? And then she started throwing up again.
Yes, she can't hold her liquor. Like Nikki said, it ain't got nothing to do with Nikki's body. You can't hold your liquor, and so you don't need to be drinking.
And Nikki, you pay for a nice body, but you look like you're about to break in half.
Yeah, like your body just like, yeah. She needs to stay off the waist trainer. And she shouldn't have went there because that had nothing to do with her.
Yeah.
Nia already handled that, then you didn't need to go there to even say anything else.
No, worry about what Fizz is doing and who
Yeah.
he's in. But you know, you the accessory anyway. What you call it, the entree? You're not even the main.
Yeah,
wait, you're the appetizer.
The appetizer.
He tried it with that.
Yeah, he told that girl she was an yes.
And I knew she was going to beat his ass because she looked like she could beat his ass. And she beat his ass in that house.
Yeah, I'm not no fucking appetizer, bitch. I'm sorry I'm cussing like this, but I'm not no appetizer.
Well, see, that sounds, never mind. See, I'm not going to go there because I should not say that.
Sounds like what? Tell me.
It just sound like, it don't sound right from a man. Yeah, you my appetizer. What man talks like that? He's a boy.
Oh, duh. I mean, he probably has man things, but I'm sure he's a boy.
Well, they said that that's a boy too.
I don't want to hear that.
That's what they said.
Really? I can't imagine that. But hey, who knows?
Parts. That's what they said.
Listen, I don't know anything about his parts. That's not what I'm talking about.
So the moment, well, get to the moment that you want to talk about, because I know you want to talk about this Miles Milan and.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I was telling Kevin I want to talk about that. So, you know, the whole... I still can't believe that Amber did not know that Miles was gay.
Yes.
I just can't believe that. You know, everybody around her knew that she was gay. He was gay, including the grandmother. You know, everybody was just like, you know, he was gay. This and that. But the part that got me when he came out to his sisters. And the one sister said to him, oh, so you just... What did she say? Something about God. Oh, so you just... what she said, you don't care about God or something. I can't remember exactly what she said, but it's basically like, oh, so you just, you know, saying basically like F God. And I said, wow, it's so interesting when someone comes out and they say that they're gay or they're Christian, they say that they're gay. And the first thing that people say is, oh God, you know, it's just so biblical and so religious when someone says that they're gay, but then yet when someone is or a liar or a fornicator or, you know, this or that, nobody brings up God, but yet when someone says that they're gay, then oh my God, automatically let's bring up God. And I'm thinking like, here it is, your brother is pouring out his soul to you, and the first thing you can say is, oh, so you just saying F God. And I'm like what? How do you say that when your brother is telling you something like that? You know what I mean? And then she had the nerves to turn around at the end and say, oh, but you know, you my brother, so I still love you. We still gonna be there. How you say that one and then you say, like, it just didn't...
It didn't seem right. And I think she realized once the cameras did, she had to be careful what she was saying.
Like, it just didn't seem right to me. Like, I just don't understand Christians who do stuff like that. I don't understand it. You say one thing, but then you're so loving and caring in the next way. Like, it doesn't make sense to me at all. You know, if you're going to be that way because somebody came out and they said that they're gay, fine. But then if you're going to use that because it's a sin, then you should be that way with all the other sins. Because I was always told that no sin is greater than the other. But yet some Christians like to make certain sins bigger than the other. So, you know, it didn't sit well with me at all when his sister did that. I'm like, wow, here this guy is pouring his heart out to his family, and that's the first thing you say out of your mouth? No wonder why there are people that don't want to come out. You know what I mean?
And I think Amber should have been asked him. She talking about she been with him from high school. Clearly look like they're in their mid-30s. So you talking about almost 20 years. What took you so long to ask him if you said everybody said it, everybody told... Why were you so afraid to ask him if he was gay?
You know, some people made a good point on my Instagram post yesterday when I said that. A lot of people are like, because you know, some people are just that much in denial. They're like, they want to believe, or they believe what is being told to them by the person that they're with.
Confirmed.
So therefore, you know, it's just like it's just like that Josh, the guy 19 and counting, like
Josh Duggar.
He's molested his sisters and stuff like that. And his wife is still with him. Like, it's like, how can you still be with somebody when you know that they, you know, what is it that somebody can tell you for you to say, okay, I'm going to stay with you after you find out that they've been molesting kids? There's nothing nobody could ever say to me that'll make me want to stay with them.
Because I'm like, if they had to do it several times.
I don't know. All you got to do is one time. And first of all, because there's nothing that a child can do for an adult.
Amen.
It's nothing a child can. It's so much free in this world that to go to a child, like for instance, we were looking at the newspaper today, and we're about to get back to Love and Hip Hop. This is how we, be going off topic and stuff. I was looking at the newspaper today, and they found this serial rapist. They caught the serial rapist here in Philly. Mind you, I didn't know.
It's been out in Southwest Philly?
I don't know exactly where. But the part that got me is that he's an African-American young guy, 25 years old, and he's a serial rapist. And I'm thinking, at this age, 25, that's when it's being thrown at you. You know what I mean? You're young. And by his picture, he didn't look like a bad-looking guy. A little scruffy, but he didn't look like it should be hard for him to get some. Some of these prostitutes out here, all you gotta do is give them $15, $20 and they'll do anything you want, okay? And you're
I hope you use a condom.
Yeah, well, hey, listen, I don't
they
do
were
that.
15,
But I'm saying,
$20.
I would rather, but you got some people out here that do stuff, for that, right? But whether you do it with a condom or not, that don't have nothing to do with me. I would just rather you do it with them than do it with a child, or go out there and raping somebody. It just doesn't make sense to me. So back to what we were saying. Back to them. For Amber and Miles, it was just a little weird to me, that whole situation. I really did feel bad for Amber. At some parts of her going off. Yeah. But I still think that it's something a little fishy about that, and I still think that everybody knew about that situation. I think this is just being played up for the cameras. You know what I mean?
Because she went off. Now I'm like, come on. I can understand how being mad, but this bitch rolling all in the street. But I can't tell you how to react. If a bombshell was dropped like that on you, how would you react? The man that you love so much, he's gay.
Some people would react like that.
But you know what though? Wait, because I think that if she already heard these comparisons and stuff, it shouldn't have been that much of a bombshell. I can see if he was a strong man and you know what I'm saying? You wouldn't have suspected him at all to be gay. Because when you look at Miles, come on. But when you look at who can I say that's straight that you wouldn't dare think is, I don't know, but just picture it.
I don't know, because you have some straight men that you would never in a billion years.
And they do it, and they are. And that's what I'm trying to say. If you found out from a person
straight, I didn't mean to say straight. I meant to say gay. You have some gay men out there who you would look at and you'd be like, wow, I didn't, So I mean,
yeah, but
I understand what you're saying.
I just can't picture it. I think, bitch, I knew.
But see, you got to remember. Yeah, Amber said that people were telling her, but people were saying in my comments, when people are telling you things that you just don't believe, then you put up this wall no, that ain't true. Especially if you spent so much intimate time with that person. You know what I mean? Because there's some people that I'd be like, listen, I don't care what nobody say, he is gay. And then some girls be like, oh, really? Because and I can't see that because And, I don't know for sure that he's gay, but he just comes off that.
Yeah, because you can feel it.
You know what I mean? But, some females do react the way Amber reacted because she's invested so much time in him, and she really probably honestly thought that they were going to get back together. And then to have this bombshell happen, and then on television, he's telling her that he's gay,
And mind you, he never said he was gay. He said he's bisexual. I don't know if it's cold for I'm really gay, or I really still like women, or I'm still have sexual attractions to women, and he's just trying to find out what this sexual attraction to men is about. I don't know. So he says he's bisexual. So
I don't know.
I don't get it, but but there are bisexual men.
I just don't know how you try to figure out what the sexual attraction to men is about when you had a whole boyfriend.
Yeah, and I wonder how many, because I know Milan is not the first.
No.
I know he's not the first. And then Milan on Wendy Williams, he said that Milan came to him.
Miles came to him?
Miles came to him.
Yeah.
So how many other people did Miles go to?
Hey.
It's not my business, but I'm just saying.
That's not mine either, that's what I'm asking. It has nothing to do with that. I don't even see any of them in that way, I'm not saying that they're ugly, but that's just not my cup of tea.
No, and then the lady on Wendy Williams, she told me, no, I'm not clapping. Did you see that video?
No.
When Miles and Milan was on there?
No.
And everybody in the audience clapping.
And what did she say?
She looked to her girlfriend, no, I'm not clapping. And everybody's clapping. She's like, no, I'm not clapping. She's
what was
big
the part?
Black woman.
What was?
Big black woman.
Yeah.
No,
see, that's me. That would be me on Wendy Williams. Because there's a lot of things that I find that the audience is very biased to, and I'm thinking like, why y'all clapping to that? Doesn't even make sense what she's saying.
Nope, I'm surprised Willie ain't talking about it because it blew up.
What did she say? What was being said that made the lady say, I'm not clapping?
When it was coming out, you know, like when they be like, welcome Miles and Milan to the show.
She said, I'm not clapping.
She's like, nope, I ain't clapping.
Because I'm not a fan of
And you see it right in her mouth. It read her lips so good. No, I ain't clapping.
No, I'm not clapping. That's what I'm typing. No, I'm not clapping.
And her girlfriend was like, you right.
Yeah, I know I'm right. Stop, you stop clapping.
They tried it. Now, on the Y'all Fix My Life this week, it was so good because there was no arguments, there were no fighting. It was just two grown-ass women accepting whatever responsibility they had and whatever went down in their lives. You had two women. Their mom was on drugs. Somebody had threw the mother out the window.
Oh.
She was abused and everything. And the sister has just been drinking just drinking to hide, to suppress all of her feelings. And the Yana was like, telling the other sister, like, you worrying about what your other sister's doing, like you playing mom to her, you stopped your life, you didn't go to school, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. All because you protect her children. She made this girl carry a rock. For every rock, there was a thought on there. And then she made her put it in a bag and carry this bag around. So she made her sit down and talk. And she was like, now I want you to come with me. And she was asking y'all, do you want me to bring them bags? Well, I'm not carrying. She told her, I'm not carrying the bags for you. You better get them bags.
They're your thought.
Then she had the sister hold the bags, and anything else she wrote down on the rock and put it in the bag. Like, this bag is heavy as shit. And she talked to them. The girl ended up telling her sister, till you get yourself together, you can't work in my shop no more. Iyana sends the girl to rehab for 3 months. And she actually completed the fucking program. Like, they were serious. And these are the episodes that I love with Iyana. Like, it was no drama. I want you guys to watch it because this is one of the best. If you missed it. And yes, I gave it away, but it was good because I'm sure you can take some things and apply that to your life. Because there's a lot of things we hold on to, or hold baggage to, and it's not our issues. Excuse me. Instead of just letting it go. We hold on to so much, we think so much, oh my God this, oh my God that, and I can't do this and I can't leave here because that shit applied to my life too. All my thoughts and stuff like, oh, if I leave, then I know this is gonna, but sometimes you just got to drop things and go. So,
where are you going?
Somewhere but here. Yeah, got to go. But it was just really, really good. Because that girl was supposed to go to college and everything, and she didn't go. And she's like 40, but she's like, I just got to get myself together. And they dependent on each other. Dependent on each other, but one is looking at the big sister as mom. And I'm not your mom, but as long as you keep treating me like mom, I'm going to keep treating you like little sister, and that's all I'm going to be, is the little girl. It was so good. And there was no arguments. But once that girl seen herself on tape, drunk, that was her wake-up call. Well, don't you even talk to me. You better not say, God damn. That was a wake-up call. Woo! And that when she seen herself on tape, because I don't play that. If you record, bitch, you better not ever. I already know I lifted already. I don't need to be better. But no, she did not know.
No, you don't know
she was doing
until you see yourself.
Oh, nobody wants to see themselves like that.
Well, hey, you said you need a wake-up call.
Hey, I don't need a wake-up call, bitch. But don't show me that fucking video.
You're gonna see it.
She did not. She ain't want to admit that she had a drinking problem. She just is like, I just drink. You are drinking. You are drinking.
My hair's done, baby.
That's all right, because I gotta go hurry up and get my hair done so I can be TV ready. So, this guy knocked this woman unconscious in Atlantic City.
Why?
Because I don't know why. He just did it.
You don't know why. He just did it.
He walked up.
It was on camera.
Yes, and knocked this lady cold out. And she was from a homeless shelter or whatever. So they all just sitting out there or whatever. And this guy recording it. He's laughing like,
Why he
bang,
doing
knocked
it?
her out. Yeah, and all
A lady.
A lady. Had to be in her 50s. She's sitting there.
Ain't bothering nobody.
Ain't bothering nobody. He kicks his leg up, you know, like he's gonna pitch a ball, but he knocks this lady out.
Grown man. Grown man,
25. Yep.
uploads it
To Facebook.
to Facebook.
It goes viral.
And
And guess who's at his door?
Guess who should have been at his door?
Yeah.
The police. And that's who was there.
Yes. And he's locked up now.
As he should be.
Yes, and they said, of course, he's been arrested 5 other times.
You would think that adults would know because we see kids do it and get caught. But adults are doing it and not even...
And thinking it's fun. Thinking it's fun
What
to do this.
the world
And record it.
that we live in today is...
I keep telling you, if y'all gonna do bad, don't do it on camera. But it's not even good to do
No,
bad,
I keep
period.
telling you, if you're going to do bad, do it on camera so then they can catch you.
But they're gonna catch you anyway. It's too many cameras. How the fuck you think you gonna get away with robbing somebody in Center City?
I took Kevin. I tell you the story the other day. I saw. So I'm leaving the bank on my lunch break, and all 4 of these boys was teenagers. There was these 2 white boys leaving one of the Catholic schools downtown in Center City. So I'm walking back to my job. So the 2 white boys are walking in front of me, and we're all walking in the same direction. So it's these 2 black teenagers, 2 black teenage guys. They're walking in the opposite direction, and I hear like the little fat one. I mean, he wasn't fat, but he was a little thick. I hear him say, "Yeah, let's go, let's get them." So you know me, I'm like, I know they're not trying to do nothing. So the boys, so I'm steady walking, but I'm slowing down to kind of hear what they're saying. So the guy, he like, no, because if I get them, such and such and such. So I couldn't really hear everything he was saying. So the two white boys, they must have heard him too, because they kept looking back or whatever the case may be. But they were still walking, and I'm still walking. So then all of a sudden I turn around and I see the boys start walking in our direction, and they walking like coming up a little faster. So I'm like, I know these boys are not about to like rob these boys in broad daylight on Broad Street. So we still all walk in the same direction. So then the 2 boys, they get past me, and I'm like, all right, let me speed the fuck up, because if something happened, I'm gonna have to do something.
Yes, you better go ahead.
So that was when the adult instinct, you know, just came in. So I felt like my mom at that moment. So, because my mom does stuff like that. So, she does. If she sees somebody doing something wrong, she'll stop you. Like, what are you doing?
What the fuck are you doing?
So, we walking and we walking. So, the white boys and then the 2 boys, they in front of me. So, now the 2 black boys are in front of me. And I'm behind them and I'm close behind them. So, the tall, skinny black boy, I see him going like this, balling up his fist. Like he's getting ready to hit one of the white boys. So, as they get to Broad and South, because that was my cutoff point. As they get to Broad and South, somebody comes off the sub. The 2 white boys, another white boy comes off the sub, and the 3 of them start talking. So then one of the boys is like, oh, it's another boy, like this, that, and the third. So all of a sudden, the 2 boys, they go under the sub, and I say to the tall black boy, I go up to him and I said, what are you about to do? And he looked at me and he was like, I'm not about to do nothing. I said, I heard everything y'all was saying, so if I was you, I would be smart, because you know this is on Broad Street and this camera's everywhere. And he's like, no, we not. Mind you, I hate when they do this. We not about to do nothing over here. We not about to do nothing. I said, I heard everything. This is not the first time they called me this. I've been called this. So no, we not about to do nothing. I said, listen, I'm not stupid. I heard everything y'all was saying. He said, well, yeah, you right. I said, you see all these cameras around here? My thing was, I was talking to him because in reality, I was trying to give those 2 white boys a little time to like get away, because they had one under the sub. But I knew once those boys followed them under the sub, you know, it takes a while before you get to the box where the people look at that. It takes a while before you get to the box where the security in them is at. So listen to that. So
look at that.
So I'm like, let me just give these little boys a little leeway so they won't get attacked by these boys, because I know how it is. Sometimes if somebody getting attacked underground, don't nobody know or see what's going on.
Especially from the Broad and South.
Yeah,
you gotta walk all the way down.
Yeah, so I'm like, let me give them a little leeway. So he's like, yeah, I'm not gonna do it. I said, all right now, because I don't want to see y'all on tonight's news attacking somebody. So as I turned the corner, something said, go back. I went back. Don't you know they had already ran down those steps? But I was saying to myself, I hope those little white boys got away, because I'm not running down those steps. I'm not. I did what I could do, you know what I mean? But it's crazy that you catch people and they're so young and dumb that they tell
cameras right there when you come down them steps.
They tell on themselves. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, it's so even more crazy because they don't even realize that there are people around them that are listening to what they're saying. I knew y'all was going to do wrong when I heard the little boy say, let's go get them. And I'm like, go get them? I'm thinking like, those. I could tell that they didn't even know y'all. So what you was talking about, you go get them? Officer. I should have said that, but I ain't look undercover.
Well?
In no way, shape, or form was I in anybody's undercover. Okay? I don't think I've ever been undercover. Right. But listen. Take that how you want. But listen. I was just like, at that moment, I was like, I gotta say something because I could tell that if they would have got to those two boys, they would have hurt those two boys.
They was that tall?
They wasn't tall, but those white boys, you know, they was like, they wasn't like fighters. Those two, they would have beat those white boys up for no damn reason and took something from them. Yeah, like you don't do that to people. Like, don't do that.
Yeah, I wouldn't want nobody to do that shit to me.
And I told him, I said, we on Broad Street. You get this camera, even though there wasn't no visible camera. But I'm like, this camera's all down here, like. You gotta be a little smart about the stuff that you do. And he's like, yeah, you right. Oh yeah, yeah, I know I'm right. Like, the fuck is going on?
What if I decide I wanted to shoot you right?
Yeah, and I should have said that. I said, well, what if I wanted to do the same thing what you trying to do to them? Like, you wouldn't be too keen on that. Like, those boys ain't doing nothing to you. And I said, when I went back and I saw them doing that thing, when I saw that they had disappeared down those subway steps, I said, listen, I hope those white boys got away, because I'm not running down these steps. I did what I had.
Well, if they did it, SEPTA got control, because SEPTA has 4,000 cameras.
Yeah, but remember,
so go ahead.
No, because I remember I watched that special. I'm sure some of y'all seen it too.
Some of the cameras wasn't working.
In New York City. Because you know, New York City subway system is way bigger than ours, and they said half the security cameras don't even work. Fuck is going on down here?
But SEPTA always got people watching them cameras. I need to apply for one of those jobs. I'm already sitting in my ass. Look at cameras. How you doing? I can do that. Anybody can do that.
Yeah, you can. Because you do it here.
But hold up. Wait, something ain't right. Come on. Roll that back.
Hold up.
Look.
Hold up. Wait a
something right here. No, she didn't leave that truck. Somebody send a cop to this truck. I was trying to call number 3.
The PA system. Hello, miss. Miss with the pink jacket. Back up. You can't be going past that yellow line. Back up. Look at her stuck in that car.
And they drove in the water.
And that's the old lady.
And rolled that window up. Oh, she got out.
And she's in the back seat. How's she driving in the back seat?
Oh, she didn't get out yet. Look at that. He know not to. He gonna have to get off and dive in there and go get her.
Look at this. Motorcycle crash on camera. Yep, because they go.
Because he's trying to swerve.
Yeah, they're trying to swerve. Oh! Oh, that car did that on purpose.
Because he was trying to move.
No, he wasn't. The car swerved in the opposite lane. Kevin, he did it on purpose.
I seen it. And he kept on going.
See, watch. And they can use that. Look how that car, because that lane that they went and see, look how the car, see, look, he did it on purpose. That car caused that accident. You can't do that. Look at it. And that's him that caused it. Yeah, where's the sound? Fuck him and his old ass up.
As stunning as the pictures, the words of the man behind the wheel.
I got stung by a wasp.
Was in court today. He's been charged
with counts
of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, but now says he is sorry and that his erratic driving was the result of an insect.
But he should have been driving his lane anyway.
A tremendous stinging in my left leg.
They fucking sting you.
And I thought it was a wasp or something.
And it just happened to sting you as those motorcycles was going past, huh?
Went like this. I was driving.
If you drive on a motorcycle, you're allowed to ride in the on the other lane?
No, you're not allowed to do that in the other lane, Kevin. But that car caused the accident.
Doesn't buy the story.
No, he don't buy the story. Nobody buys the story.
I don't buy it either.
That's like if I'm riding a bike and I'm riding in another lane and the car just comes and cuts me off like that. They can't do that. And then he's in the wrong too because he's going in the other lane.
And he kept on going.
And then he kept on going. And that's a child. And you turn the volume down, I can't hear what's going on.
We'll find it on YouTube.
Don't tell me to find it on YouTube. They shouldn't have that child in the back of that bike anyway.
Still talking about
that's a child. That's
two people.
Yes, bitch. There's a child on the back.
Oh my! Now I really feel bad.
What the fuck is going on?
I didn't notice it the first time.
Yes, there was a child on the back with an adult.
Now let me tell you something. When you ride on a motorcycle with a kid,
I don't get on motorcycles.
You don't swerve and get in all these different lanes. You got to ride that motorcycle the right way.
The right way. And the way I ride.
Because say it was a car coming from that other lane.
I've been on a few motorcycles.
I'm sure. They go vroom, vroom, vroom. How do the engine go out?
But I've only been on them, so I can be like this. Out in the back home, like this. I hold on to somebody.
We not.
Ride faster, ride faster.
We can't do this on Fox 29 tomorrow.
Woo-wee! It's like, I ain't never been on a motorcycle. You don't catch me on a motorcycle.
And the last thing.
Fuck no. You want to get a ride to where? No, I'll call me an Uber. I don't need a ride there.
Mikhail, how do you feel about the Ebony magazine cover with the Huxtables?
I think it was wrong for them to include that show into this particular this particular subject. A lot of people didn't see anything wrong with it, but I did, because Bill Cosby committed crimes. I don't care who don't like what I'm saying. He committed crimes, and the crimes that he committed were solely on him. It had nothing to do with the Cosby Show. Okay, so to bring this show into this matter, to me, was just wrong. Like, nothing to do with it at all. You know what I mean? Like, you're including all these other actors on the cover of this magazine that had nothing to do with that. You should have had Bill Cosby and himself alone on this, okay? Or, you know what would have been better? You know what would have been better? If they just had maybe a still shot of Cliff Huxtable by himself. Why did you need the whole entire family surrounding him? Like, it just, I didn't like that at all. I thought that was tasteless on Ebony Magazine's part. I really do. I think that was tasteless, and I hope some of the other actors spoke out about it, because I would have spoke out about that too. Yeah, like, don't include me in that. I don't have to
Jamal Warner and Raymond Simone didn't really like the cover too much, because they talked about it on The View, and the lady that made the cover was on Wendy Williams yesterday, and she was like, you know, she wasn't trying to, you know, defend it, you know, hurt anybody with it, but it is a conversation that needs to be had.
Yeah, but what does it have to do with the Cosby Show?
About what Raymond has to say. Because it's the impact that the Cosby Show had, and that was a great show from the 80s that, you know, we watched till now, because you can't even find it on television because of what happened with Bill Cosby and him. You know, that's his name on there, The Cosby Show, even though it had nothing to do with his main life, his real life. I just feel like, for me, honestly, I think that they shouldn't have used the whole Bill Cosby thing, but I understand the Bill Cosby versus Heathcliff Huxtable comparisons, because, you know, in real life, Bill Cosby was going out, talking to people, telling people how they should do things, how they should say things, how black people need to be and everything. And his show, it was a positive show. But something smells like it's burning. But let's be for real, like, when you watch The Cosby Show, or you look at anything that has Bill Cosby on it, they're now going to think about Bill Cosby harming those women, allegedly. Only thing he admitted to was with one girl. Do you smell that?
I smell it, but there's people in this house. Other people in this house. So if there's something burning, somebody got it.
Yeah, so, you know, I just, you know, it is a conversation that needs to be had about Bill Cosby versus Heathcliff Huxtable, but can we realize that they are two different people? One is a character and one is a real person?
Yeah, and that's the problem that I have. Why are we involving this character or even this show with this man? That's just like let's say if President Obama cheated on Michelle Obama, and then Ebony does, or, you know, and did the same thing that Bill Cosby did, and then they include a picture with him and his wife and his daughters on the cover. Like, leave them out of that. You know what I mean? Like, this has nothing to do with them. Leave the rest of the cast out of what is going on with Bill Cosby. Let Bill Cosby be the main focus. I would be upset too if I was Raven Simone and Malcolm Jamal Warner. I don't have shit to do with that. Don't include my image on this cover with this type of story. Don't do that. I have nothing to do with that at all. Nothing to do with that. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Can I be honest with you? When I do see certain things with the Cosbys, I don't actually think of this rape thing. I really don't. Maybe because I'm one of those people that don't. I know how to separate real life from fiction. So, you know, I don't really notice that, because I don't. That maybe that's just me, and I'm sure there's probably other people who are like that, or some people don't. But Bill Cosby has done way more things before The Cosby Show, and has done a hell of a lot of things after The Cosby Show. So just to focus on The Cosby Show, to me, is just completely wrong. I just think that that's wrong, and to invite those other people into that mess that have nothing to do with that, I think that was wrong on Ebony's part. And I don't think that the woman did it to be, I don't think she did it to be spiteful or anything, but I think she didn't think it through thoroughly. You know what I mean? Because it was a huge backlash with this. It really was, as it should have been. Because I'm telling you, if it was President Obama and the Obama family, people would be up in arms that they're including the Obama family into President Obama's philandering and cheating on his wife. They would feel some type of way about that.
This video don't bite us in the ass in a couple years. Somebody write a story. Yes, Obama and I did this and that.
You know what I mean? Because people wouldn't like that.
No,
they wouldn't like that. People would be upset.
They don't do that with Hillary, Bill, and Chelsea.
No, they didn't do it. No, they didn't do it there. They didn't do it there.
But you know what? People got on Hillary Clinton because she stayed in her marriage.
Yeah.
What about your marriage?
Yeah, that's her marriage.
How'd you get mad with somebody do? Yes, it might not have seemed right, but you're not in that marriage.
You're not
what
in
would
that
you do if that she was on your foot?
Right. Right. And she was married to the man at that time. They had been married for over 20 years. Mm-hmm. They had been married for over 20 years. So I think, you know, I've never been married. So, you know, but I think it's kind of hard for a lot of people when you've been married for so long to just say, okay, fuck it, I'm leaving, you know. But, you know, they worked through it. And look, they're still married even today. And shout out to them. You know what I mean? They were a couple that's proved that, listen, we went through this rough time in our life and in our marriage, but we were able to make it work. And don't nobody talk about Monica Lewinsky and all that bullshit except for Republicans. They still trying to bring that up. Do you think that that's a topic that should be... Why? In 2016, y'all still want to talk about that? That happened in 1997, 1998. Why are we still talking about something that happened 2 decades of fucking ago? That has nothing to do with her running for president. Nothing to do at all. When Bill Clinton left office in 2001, his approval ratings were still high. They were still high. That just goes to show you, people didn't give a fuck about that. They gave about it for a few fucking couple of months, but afterwards they didn't care about that. Think about that bullshit. Them cheating. You know how many people out here are cheating on their wives?
Okay.
No, people getting blowjobs at their job. Like, come on.
Find it on Maury every day.
Yes. I mean that to me.
And
I think Bill Clinton. I think for Bill Clinton, I'm sure he couldn't help but pat himself on the back when he left office in January 2001. He left on a high. You know, the country was in a surplus. He had a high approval rating. I mean, and that was only what 2-3 years after the Monica Lewinsky scandal. You know what I mean? People were like, we forgot about that bullshit. We don't care about that no more. If they did, then that would have haunted him when he left office, but it didn't. And then all these years later, 20-something, damn near 20 years later, and people, the Republicans still want to bring up this Monica Lewinsky case. Why? Don't nobody care about that. What? We don't even know what the fuck Monica... The last time I heard she was making pocketbooks that nobody is buying.
Oh, no. They didn't. Nobody didn't buy him. Not even on HSN.
No, they're not. You know why? Because people forgave Bill. They didn't forgive her. And I'm going to tell you why they didn't forgive her. Because she went and ran her mouth. And people say, you know what? If you
But it wasn't her. It was Linda Tripp.
Yeah, it was Linda Tripp, but she went and told Linda Tripp.
And she thought, oh, let me record this.
Yeah, let me record this. And you know, listen. I'm not blaming Monica Lewinsky for nothing. But you do have some people out there that says, listen, if you're going to cheat with a married man, then you need to keep your fucking mouth shut. You know what I mean?
Well, true.
And then you know what happens? It comes to bite you in the ass. Because now look, him and his wife are still together. And you trying to sell pocketbooks that nobody's buying.
Because Hillary been there before.
Yeah, because Hillary's walked in that rocky road before.
It was the same. You never know what Hillary's doing on the side neither.
Yeah. Because she's wearing a lot of pantsuits lately. Listen, I'm telling you, they probably still walking in that road now, we just don't know it. Oh, you can't tell me Bill Clinton ain't messed with a black woman before.
Oh.
You think he did? I think he did.
Well, on that note, I want to say thank you for watching today's new video.
No, I'm not buying that pocketbook for who? Who's going to wear it?
I got to get to the barbershop to get my face done so I can be ready for tomorrow morning.
Your mom wear pocketbooks?
Huh?
She wear pocketbooks?
She takes one with her.
Okay, well then I'll see if I can get her Monica Lewinsky.
For her birthday? It's in 2 weeks. Don't forget, I'll be in LA next week, so y'all only getting one video. But we'll give you another video.
Lies, because you know once he always say that, and then he get to his destination, then the video pops up.
That's right.
Y'all know how that go.
I'm talking about one video from us. But we will be back with another video this week, and then we'll be back next week. And then I will be off to LA. I'm going to find a brunch spot where we can go to meet up. People have been writing me like, are you really going to do this? And yes, I am. But I don't want it to be like the AIDS walk, only one person show up. But hey, if one person shows up, I've did my job. So, I want to say thank you all for watching this video. If you didn't thumb up. Share it to Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, now Tumblr, and everything else. We will see you guys in the morning. Again, if you live in Philly, take the 7 a.m. hour. If you not in the Philly area, fox29.com, and click on the link to watch live, and it'll take you straight there on your phone, your tablet, everywhere else. So y'all have a good week. We'll see y'all later. Peace.